Alright, good day everyone. It's Nodi again, and today we're going to be talking about this past week price action on Euro USD, like usual. Alright, so like usual, the first step we'll do is we'll start it off with our week open, which was like on Sunday, right? And then this is where the week closes, right? Okay, now let's get into detail here. Getting straight into the point of everything that I'm talking about is the first thing is I'm going to explain a certain criteria or a certain rule that I believe everybody should understand by now. There's something when it comes, there are different things when it comes to trading that makes me as a trader proficient in executing trades. Now, those three things they are one, we have ranges, we have narratives, and then we have our demands and supplies. These are the three major things that I add up to every setup that I take, and you will see that every setup has it. Range. The range depends on exactly what the market is doing. Now, this is a range because that's giving us what breakout structure. This is our range low. This is what our range high. So as long as price is within this range, we are waiting for what the buyer sentiment to take it back up to to take out this range. Now, once price has taken this out, take note. This is where the range began and not here. This is taking out a previous range. Now this range high has been taken out. This range low is no longer useful. What is useful is here, this range low toward this range high. And in the advent that price what breaks through here, breaks through what the range low, we'll use here as what our new range from this high to this low and not this high. Okay, let me get into the charts, right? I believe with that we should understand this entire concept. Now, going into the chart for Monday price action, which is when the week opens, we had like on Monday we had this, right? This happened. We have our range here. I'm sure that everybody's seen this. We had a very clear range here that price broke through. You understand? Now, the main atom of this is that price begot its range from here, from this high. From this high, this is where price moved, sold until this low, right? Then it created what? A pullback. Now, this pullback usually wagging is what will follow what to take out what this range low here, right? To continue what the bearish market. But now, what happened here was that price created a low, created what a new high, and then before it sold off. Now it has completed what this range. It has completed this range, right? So this is no longer valid. What is valid is what is this level here. Now this is what our range high and what our range low. Now I'm coming, let me take them off. Now let's continue in the chart. When we continue here, when we continue here for Monday's price action. Alright, sorry for the cut there. Continuing what I was saying. This we had our what our new range created, and the new range that was created is where we have this and what we have this low. Now, in the advent that price what breaks this high or breaks this low, we are looking at what a totally different what market, or should I say price action. Now, when looking at price, you can see here that what price broke through here. After breaking through here, we're looking at what? We're looking at a new range from this low to what? To this high. I hope you are not confused now. What I was saying is we have seen what? We have seen a totally very new range, which is from this low to where? To this high, right? To this high. But now, in waiting for the bull's intent to come in, price took out what? The low. Alright, price took out the low, right? Price still what? Closed inside. After closing inside, I need a bullish candle to what? To confirm my order that what? It has closed inside. It has confirmed what? The buy is bias. Then we had what the bullish candle close, which was by 9 a.m. on Monday morning. Now, after price closed like this, the next thing I literally need to do is just go down to what my 5 minute time frame. Once I go down to the 5 minute time frame, I can easily just look for what my demand to follow up, right? That's just the basic analogy of it, right? Looking for what the basic demand to follow up. Now, if you look at here, price took out what its high. Yeah. After taking out the high, what do we have? We have what a demand here, which is what our last sell candle on what on the 15 minute time frame. Sorry, on the 5 minute time frame. I came here, opened my order from here, placing what my TP at 1 to 4 hour. Although my initial TP was where this level, just to hold it till what? Till the extent, or should I say this extreme high. And at the advent of that, price moved, and then stopped me out, right? Okay. Price stopping me out, then I went back to what? To the 1 hour time frame to analyze exactly what's happening. And then after price stopping me out here, what has price done? It has created what a new range entirely. So which is we are no longer using this high. Let me exit out so you see. We're no longer making use of this high or making use of this low again. You can see that now this range are what are invalid. Now the new range we're making of is this high and what this low. The next thing that after price took out what this range here, after price took out the range there, after the range was taken out today, I'm coming, let me remove this so we can see it clearly. After price has taken out the range here, what the price? The price closed outside. The next candle what closed inside, confirming that what the bias is not strong for the sellers. Alright, the bias isn't strong for the sellers. What do I need to do next? The next thing I do is go down to my 5 minute time frame to look for what? To look for demand that same Monday again, right? To look for demands to follow suit. And then fortunately I found what the demand here. This was the demand I found. Opening the trade from here, which was like 2 p.m. New York session. Opening trade. My initial TP is here, remember, but I intending to hold to what 1 to 4. But on this trade, after price broke through this high, I placed it on break even entirely. And then this is how this trade was what? A break even trade. Now this is for what? This is entirely Monday's what? Price action. Or should I say Monday's trade? Now let's go to Tuesday and see what happened on Tuesday, right? Now going to on Tuesday, what happened on Tuesday was that we knew that our price has broken through what this low. After price has broken through that low, right? It has identified that what this range is no longer valid. This high, this high is no longer valid, right? Now the new valid range is from here. This is the new valid range. I'm going to make it a bit clearer so you can see it properly. Let me X this first. Now you can see what the new range being what created here, right? You can see the new range created. Now the next candle will close as bulls candle, right? But after the bulls candle, what happened? Price entirely what sold off. Price did what? Sold off. Okay, now we're going to the time that actually matters to us, which is like from the 8 a.m. thereabout. Now you can see that price after breaking through this range created what? A low here. And from this low, price broke through. Alright. Now we have a new range created here. And this range, price broke through by what? By 6 a.m. And then by 7 a.m. price closed inside again. Intending that what we have what sellers to take out what? Sorry, we have buyers to take out what? This high. But now, what I did was I went down to the 5 minute time frame yet again to look for what? To look for my demand, which was on Tuesday, right? To look for my demand, and then fortunately, I saw the demand from here again, right? Placing my stop here, and majorly the major aim is this high, but like usual, I will hold to what? To 4 hour, right? So now this is what the second loss or the third loss. I can't even remember. I think that should be like two loss, one break even, right? Now going back to the 1 hour time frame. That's on Tuesday. Going back to the 1 hour time frame. Price has broken out here. Now take note of all these candles that occurred here. All these candles are not a new range. They are, since they are BS candle, they are not a new range. They are just following the same what pattern, just like a leg. It's just like a leg that is moving down, but with wicks. That's how it's just moving down, right? Now continue with everything that happened there. Eventually, price came down, came down, came down, created what? This range. After it has moved inside, what is our next thing? The next thing to look at is what? Price did what? Took out this low, right? After price taking out the low, what was next? Did it close outside? No. The next candle closed as what? A bullish candle, and this is like 4 p.m. So it's already New York ending, and there's no sense in entering any trade there again. Which price eventually what took out the high. After price taking out the high, obviously, where is the next range? We have what? An invalid origin and invalid what high there. So obviously the next target is going to be where? It's going to be here. And this is what brought on Wednesday morning trade that hit full TP, which was the bearish the bear settlement came in by 7 a.m. Then the next thing I'll do on Wednesday morning is go down to my 5 minute time frame, right? Going down to my 5 minute time frame to look for what? To look for supplies to follow suit. Now, in coming down here, we can see our valued what supply here. Now, some might ask, why is the supply not this last one here? You want to know why it's not the last one? It's, it's not the last one there because price broke through here and then gave us a new one, a new break here. Now, this new break, that was where I entered from, which is this candle that pulled back here. All right, so continue. This was where I entered, basically placing my what, my stop above what this high and placing my TP where at the range low. And this was where plus 4R, just within, let's say within almost 1.5 hour, we got that. All right, so this was how full TP was hit on Wednesday morning, right? Now going down back to 1 hour time frame, on Wednesday. On Wednesday, going back to the 1 hour time frame. Now you can see that price broke through here, right? Where's the exact place the break of structure occurred? This is where it happened. After price broke structure here, what the price did next? Price came down, created a range low, and then it took out what? The valid high. Now, something you need to take note of here is that looking at this, do you see price create any opposite candle reaction? No. The entire bulls just run off and took out what the high entirely. Now it gave us what? A bullish sentiment in the market. Now we have what? A bullish sentiment. So on Thursday morning, we're waiting for what? For the bulls to come in. And then by 5 a.m., when we woke up by 6 a.m., rather, by 5, we have what? The bulls sentiment. The next thing we do is to go down to our 5 minute time frame, right? Going down to the 5 minute time frame. Going down to the 5 minute time frame, what we saw was that price broke through its high here, right? Because this is the high that created what this low, and then price has broken through it. So obviously we have what an unmitigated demand low here, right? Taking it from here, taking it from here, placing my stops below it, and then my TP was 1 to 4 R. It wasn't even I wasn't aiming the fastest. Now, there's something you need to know. If you are making use of smaller time frame, you can't be carrying your target from there to all the way here. Yes, we know that this is the initial place that price intends to run off to, right? We know that's the initial point, but carrying your TP days is very wild. And you know why? Because when you are making use of 5 minute time frame, 1 minute time frame, 10 minute time frames, and all of that, you can have slight pullback. Those slight pullback might stop you out and then run in your favor. This is the reason why if you are working with smaller time frame, it's best to have a fixed RR when you are working with the smaller time frames. But it all depends. It all depends on other factors. Now, after this trade played out, right? After this trade played out on Thursday morning, we waited and waited. We are looking for another opportunity to buy, and then there wasn't really much opportunity to follow up again. Now on Tuesday, on Friday, which we had more opportunity of where we capitalized rather to make a lot and a lot of cash. What happened was that as price finished the range, this is the range high, range low, right? I'm coming, let me take it out here. This is the range high, low. This is the range high. Remember, on the price has taken out either of them. What do we have? We still have what the bullish sentiment in the market. Now, so after price closed like this, which was on 7 a.m. Friday morning, the candle closed like this. It has given us what sentiment, bullish sentiment, right? So it's the easiest thing we do is go down to our 5 minute time frame. All right, so this was where I capitalized the most on. This first buy here, I completely missed it because I stood up from my trade station at that point. Place your stop below there, and then your target will obviously be 1 to 4 hour, or maybe at most this high. And then you can see how what the first buy what played out, tapping into what the range, completing what the range. Now that we have the range being completed, what the price do? I'm sure many people would have thought that what this was the range high, yeah, right? Thinking that price is going to sell off, but no, this is not the range high. Thinking there was the range high is a big mistake. This is where the range high is. It's just like, let me draw it here. It's just like price did something like this. Now people will be thinking that yes, the range high. No, sorry, thinking that this is where the break of structure is. Did I say range high? Sorry there. Thinking that this is where the break of structure is. But no, this is actually where the break of structure is. Having this as its low, having this as its high. So until either of them has been taken out, what we still have the range as what as very much valid. And then we had price coming back into this level. On my prop account, I easily just open the order from here so I don't miss it. And then what I also did on my live account was after 10 a.m., price gave me this. After 10 a.m., it has given me what the bullish intent. Then next thing I just did go down to where my 5 minutes time frame. Going down to my 5 minute time frame, we see what you can see this here. One very simple thing about trading with ranges, or should I say trading with demand and supply, is that once you have a fair value gap relating to that your demand or supply, it becomes more too valid. Like when I say too valid, it becomes way much too valid. Now you can see this. This was where I capitalized the most on last week. From Monday, Tuesday, we made losses, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we made profits to cover everything. So in every system, losses are going to come. In every system, wins are going to come, right? Let me give this as an expo. I'm going to show you guys something that I'm looking at, or I already have the trade on. But let me give you this as an expo. Now, looking at this entire thing that happened here, right? After price closed here, this is the range high. Now, if you look here, do you see any other internal break of structure here? No, you don't see any other internal break of structure. So this is where the break of structure what happened. Now, after price broke structure here, what was the next thing price did? It closed as what a bearish candle by 2 p.m., which it has given me confirmation that what it's going to sell. And now, where do I have as my TP? This is where my TP is for this range, because this is the low that caused this high to occur. And the next candle closed within the range. Now, the next thing I did was I went down to my 5 minute time frame, looking for a very valid sell candle, right? Or should I say supply, sell supply. And this was where I found it. Taking my supply from here, or should I say taking my order from here, and then putting my stops there. My TP is here, right? And then this is what I'm holding over the what? Over the weekend, to see how price behaves over what the weekend. Now, if you want to stay updated and more alike things, I think probably this week I'll be dropping more setups and more outlooks on each pair. I would have done my gold and geo setups as well that I took this week, but let's leave it at this for you. All right, have a great day. Do well to click the link, subscribe, and like the video. Have a great day.